Hello everybody and welcome to Fruits Basket episode season 2 episode 18. I think we're on anime review, and I would just like to take this moment right now to personally apologize to Rin when I called her a bitch in her first appearance, because bloody hell, you know. That's all I can really say is just pwah. Yeah, she's had it rough, and she's quickly become one of my favorite characters. So yeah, but boy, just stuff's getting in motion is all. I mean, stuff's been in motion, stuff's in proper motion based on what happened later on in the episode. But anyway, let's get on with the episode, see exactly how everything went down, and do this thing. We start with Kisa and Hiro. That's always nice. They are, well, I was going to say they're lighter, but no. Kisa got punched in the face by Akito. Why can nobody be happy? I just want the ending right at this point, where Akito just gets murdered by all the Zodiacs. Is that too much to ask? I wouldn't usually advocate that, but I think Akito deserves it. I think he's that type of terrible, that type of evil, that he deserves it. But anyway, Kisa is asking Hiro about the baby and everything. It's very nice, good stuff. Hiro's mum is right klutzy, so Hiro tells her not basically, just don't move, because you might squash the baby, and we don't want that and everything. Hiro gets teased by his mum. He's like, Kisa, marry my son, basically, and he's just like, Ma, what are you? Stop it, Ma. Ma, no, stop. You know, that kind of thing. Rin is just passing by and overhears them talking and everything. Hiro sees her and is like, hey, there's Rin, I'm going to go talk to her. And he does. He goes to talk to her and, well, tries to talk to her. And then it's revealed that he's concerned about her because he was there for something. Obviously, we find out what that was later on. But at this point, it's like, what is the thing they're talking about? Like, something happened. What was it? You know, that's what is it? And then he's like she acts like having loving parents is a bad thing and all that. So there's something there. Obviously this will all come out throughout the episode, but this part was like, okay, we're going to learn about Rin this episode. It's Rin. I told you, I know what it is, but I keep saying the wrong thing. It's basically where it is. So if that happens, apologies. He deduces from her general demeanour that there's no way to break the curse, or no way that she's found to break the curse anyway. So he looks a little bit downtrodden at that too. Like he doesn't have the strength to do what she's doing, but he's rooting for her. So hopefully she can do that for the sake of everyone. Because boy, after this episode, everyone needs it. Just poor. We then find out why she went to Shigure. Obviously, it's to find out how to break the curse. We might have known that bit already, but there's a bit more throughout. She basically offered her whole self to Shigure in order to find out. That's how much she wants to find out for Haru, and just to make sure he's okay. God, Rin's the best. She's great. Like, she's quickly becoming one of my favorites. I don't know who exactly my favorites are because I love all of them, but yeah, Rin has gone up there pretty quick. He tells her he doesn't know anything, basically, and also, he's basically nothing special to Akito. Akito doesn't treat him any different. Not any different, but he doesn't give him special treatment, I think is a good way of putting it. Which, okay, maybe not. But he says you're better off asking elsewhere. So, Shigure? You're like the most as much as it pains me to say it, Shigure is probably the most knowledgeable person. He says, like, ask Akito himself, and it's like, Shigure, that's a terrible idea. Like, genuinely, can't think of many worse ideas than that. So, maybe don't do that. Just what I'm thinking, anyway. She spots Haru with Akito at the house, goes to see Shigure because I've missed the whole section here. I apologise. That's my fault. We'll get back to that later. He'll let the people... Shigure is a terrible person. He's like, I'll let the people who care do all the work and then I'll benefit anyway. And he says, like, I'm a horrible person, basically. I'm the worst. What does he say exactly? He's the worst. And it's like, Shigure is unreadable. Like, I've tried. Overall, we're got to be approaching, we're steadily approaching episode 50. And I feel like he's so complex. I've said before, I can't wait for it to be spelled out exactly what he's about, because it's actually insane. Actually insane. But Reen's not one to give up after one setback. Oh no, she is not. She was looking through storage boxes and stuff for documents or anything that could help her out, basically. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to exist. So, could go better. Could have gone better there. Then she starts feeling sick, really sick, like passes out sick, and that came a bit out of nowhere. I was like, okay, where's this going? We get then a flashback dream thing of Haru and Reen after, I assume, they've just done the naughty. They weren't wearing any clothes and they were in a bed. So I think that's a safe assumption to make. In before they were just doing some naked cuddling. That's just a euphemism for it, isn't it? It definitely is. Anyway, then we get someone saying, I don't want you. So, that's a concern. Again, second half of this episode spells out exactly what happened. It's brutal. But, God, at this point, I like the flashes, I guess. The hints. She wakes up, still groggy and everything. She heads out. She spots Akito with Haru and it's like, that's a shame. Goes to Shigure's house, try and look for him. She's still stumbling and everything. Like, she's just, And then she starts panicking, having some sort of panic attack. Toru's the one that finds her, and she's like, she thinks it's her parents, and she keeps saying, don't let at me, and she's grabbing at her head, and I'm like, Reen, what's going on? You know when you see, like, someone who you perceive as, like, the strongest, most independent character, and then you see them like this, and it's just a massive shock to the system? That must be what Toru must have been us in that moment. Like, oh my god, look at Reen. What's happening? What's happening to her? I'll tell you what's happening to her right now. At first, life was great for Reen. Her parents were happy and everything. Turns out, her parents weren't actually happy. They were not faking it. They were acting happy just because. And then when she asked about it, they flipped out and stopped acting. So from that day forth, it was horrible for her. And boy, that's not good. They say they didn't want her. Bad. I just feel bad for her. Even just from that little bit, I was like, okay, I feel terrible for her. And then there was more. Like, we go to the real world. Shigure comes home. He just finds Toru just hugging Reen. So I'm going to guess that's going to lead to them becoming the best sisterhood ever. Like, have them just solve all the problems. Like, God, she needs the help at this point. Reen does. Like, Haru can only help so much. Toru just heals everyone, even if she's still got problems with herself. But yeah, more on I guess more on sad Reen. So she still wanted to go back one day to her house. She ended up collapsing in a street. Who found her? It's your boy. Your boy is Hatsuharu in this case. He finds her, takes her to a I guess it's the Soma hospital. Kazuma's there. He's like, hello there, I am Kyo Soma's papa. Shisho, what's his name? Kazuma. That's the one. His name is Kazuma. Then her parents come in after her a little bit, basically saying, you can just go. We don't want you. And that sucks. I've said before, terrible thing for her, and like proper to her face. Haru though, and they also say like, don't ever come home again. We don't care. We don't want you. Which is just, I couldn't fathom it, to be honest. Like, I get, yeah, Zodiacs. Why does everyone have, can we just have one person that has like, yeah, their parents love them a lot and nothing bad has happened to them. Can we just have one? Just one, please. That's all I'm asking for. We can't, can we? No, we can't. Haru didn't take too kindly to all this. He was pretty pissed. He shouted at them, said, basically, we're the same as you. When you have a go at us and hit us and everything else, we still feel it. And I was like, damn, that hits. That hit right there. Like, that hit hard, Haru. That was, whew. And then, yeah, she never saw her parents again after that. I think that was a good thing, because her parents stink. They don't even have faces. That's how much they stink. They're the worst. God, is she going to have to face her parents at some point? That's going to happen, isn't it? That's going to be... Oh, that's going to be a thing. Oh, man. If that happens, poor is all I've said a lot of poor, but it's appropriate. It's appropriate poor. From then on, she stays with Kagura, as we know, but she doesn't really interact with them because their family is pretty normal. So that makes her sad to see a happy family because of what she doesn't have. And I feel so bad for her. Like, seriously, she cannot catch a break. Awful for her, I feel. Then we get this whole, basically what happened next. Haru, the treasure, was basically the light in her darkness, and it was nice. They fell in love. There was a kissu. It was great. Good stuff. They started taking their clothes off. I'm like, bro, you just kissed for the first time. Let's not go straight to the nudity, okay? But I guess they did. That's all I'm going to say. I guess they did. But, what is that they say about all good things? Must come to an end. And this one came to an end via Akito. Boy, as soon as it showed Akito, I went, oh no. Oh no. And oh no is right. So, Akito found out, and she's terrified, obviously, because he's Akito, and he's an asshole, and he's also the god, you know. But most importantly, he's an asshole. So he basically asks, who seduced who? And I was like, oh my god, what? This is mental. Brings up Hattori's eye to get her to talk, basically, and she says, yeah, it was me. I did the seducing, and it's... I'm quiet because it's just brutal. I don't know what I'm supposed to think. Akito's the worst. I hate him. I really do. So, yeah, she takes the blame, gets proper smacked. She's terrified. The whole thing's reminding her of her parents. And Akito just looks at her with this look. Like, you're worse than... You're less than nothing to me. And it was just horrendous. He says she's only there to fill the spot. She's not even like a proper Zodiac. Well, I mean, she is, but he doesn't like her the way he likes the others. And then he says, I don't want you. And it's just like her parents, sorry. And it is just awful. It's just awful for her face. Oh yeah, then there is another thing that's quite awful. She gets pushed out the bloody window. You remember when I said I might have watched the trailer, but I'm still going to freak out when the thing happened? Yeah, that. Because, jeez Louise. What? Reem. She was okay with it almost. She had accepted she was probably going to die, and that's terrible. She says, Hiro saw everything. He saw her fall out the window, which is why, you know, earlier on he was there. He saw this happen. This is what he was referring to. She's falling, she just thought, yeah, Haru wanted me, no one else did. And again, I just want to give her a hug. I just want a big old group hug, everyone. Because, God, I hope we get a happy ending after all this. I know we've still got another season, but it's going to be the most rewarding thing I think I've ever seen. But yeah, then she's like, I'm going to free Haru from myself. And then she hits the floor. Lands on a rock. There's a lot of blood. And I was like, oh my. You could tell I'm a little bit flummoxed. I don't really know what to say. I was like, if we hadn't known she was alive, I would guess she was going to die. Like, genuinely. It's no wonder she was having such a panic attack in Toru's arms. Because obviously, Akito just almost murdered her. It's literally attempted murder. Why is this man still roaming free? He punched Kisa. He flipping done Hattori's eye in. Flipping almost killed Reem. Can you not get the police involved? The police don't have anything to do with the Soma. Are the Somas police? Who knows? I certainly don't. But it's terrifying. That is for sure. And then she's like, find true happiness without me, Haru. Like in her head, I'm like, no, he needs you, damn it. He needs you for his happiness. I hope he brings her around. I really do. I just want the happiness ending. And she was like, I'm okay having nothing. And I'm like, but I'm not, Rin. I'm not okay with you having nothing. You deserve everything. Damn it. And that was the end of the episode. Poor. I've said poor a lot, but jeez Louise. So yeah, considering Rin didn't show up, did she show up before the first season? Or before the second? I think she just got introduced in the second season. Properly. She might have had a cameo, I can't actually remember. But yeah, crazy. Crazy is what I'm going to say. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, that was the end of the episode. Let's get on to what my favourite part of the episode. I'd like to change the name, because favourite, there's nothing about this as favourite, you know? I'd be like, oh, that was good, I like Rin's backstory, but then inside I'm like, Rin, no! Let's see what it was. So my favourite part of the episode is actually not Rin getting thrown out of the bloody window. No, it's the bit in the hospital room when Haru stands up for her against her parents. So good. I like this episode made me like Haru more as well. It's so good at making you like its characters, Fruits Basket. It's so good at it. Like, I love everyone I'm meant to love, and I hate Akito. And I don't know how I feel about Shigure. That's basically sums it up very briefly. Like, love everyone, hate Akito, and what the hell is Shigure? That's basically it. But, yeah, no, that scene with Haru is good. When he started saying about how, like, hey, we're people too, basically. That got me. That was like, boy, he's bloody right as well. But yeah, that was the end of the episode. That's the end of my review as well. It was another good episode. I don't know which season I like more, because, I mean, as a complete series, it's bloody great. Like, I mean, it's not complete yet, but you know, to me, I don't really see it as seasons. There wasn't really enough time in between for me to be like, differentiate. Maybe it's easier because I think the season 1 ended about the same place as the original series back in 2003, I think it was 3. So maybe that's easier for people who've seen that. I have not. For me, it's just very good. Still do want to watch the original series at some point. Think it might be interesting just to see, you know, how it's different. Things it might do better. Things it, you know, the remake did better, which should be a lot because it's a remake. Remakes are meant to improve things. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.